Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Star Wars Kehd. You are now watching us for episode 6, where we talk about The Empire Strikes Back. I'm here with Sloth the Buckhead. We're going to start you off with a couple of rips real quick. One day we'll be able to afford 2 lighters. One day.
I mean, affording them's not the problem. They're just, when the whale comes over, they all disappear, so.
That's fine. Nev Whale, if you're watching us, stop taking our lighters. Anyways, we're tuning in live here from the Play of the Plant studio in the Hot, Massachusetts, my basement. And we're here to talk to you about another one of the Star Wars movies. If you were here last time, you learned about Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, and Darth Vader, Han Solo, Chewbacca, a couple droids. That's our main cast of characters, I'd say, Sloth. And they're back again.
Yeah, definitely the same cast for the most part from A New Hope. Exciting to sort of see what their next real adventure is going to be. I feel like the first movie was kind of introducing them and sort of setting up what.
A bit of a build-up, if you will. A bit of a build-up. So, yep, this is a bit of a darker movie than the last one. And not gonna lie, the last one was a bit dark too. But this is a more somber one. This is the Empire. I mean, it's in the title, The Empire Striking Back. So, we ended the last one on a celebration. The rebels had just blown up the Death Star, and Darth Vader was sent, catapulted into space, hurtling, probably throwing up. I'd imagine in that helmet. I'd be throwing up in that helmet, but. Yeah, so we start this one on a bit of a different spot. The last one started on a nice tropical, Mayan location, I'd say. Yeah. Nope, exact opposite of this one. Freezing cold tundra, man. We are out in the middle of the freezing cold, and a boom, probe hits the planet there.
Yeah, so I guess they don't know for sure what it is, but you can kind of tell that it's a Imperial probe droid.
Yeah, it ain't a meteor, that's for sure.
Right.
No meteors have weird black,
Yeah, Vader launched thousands of them across the galaxy trying to track down Luke and the rebels.
Very cool. And funny enough, it lands kind of close to where our boy Han and our other boy Luke are riding some tauntauns out in the freezing cold areas there, and I guess they're kind of just doing a initial scan of the area, I guess. I mean, we never really got the answer to that, I don't think. Just checking out the whole area, seeing if it's safe and whatnot. They're on the tauntauns. Luke says, Han, it's all good, head back, I'll be all right. And then he's out there and boom!
Yeah, you get a feeling. Every time they always say, it's all good, it's all good.
It's never all good.
It's never all good.
Yep, so Luke, all you get on the screen is just a huge, looks like a giant bear Yeti hand that just slaps Luke off his tauntaun, just drops him and his tauntaun. So that was a bit confusing as for viewers for the first time to see what the hell's going on there.
Yeah, I bet everybody's wondering why the hell are they on this ice planet.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell happened since the ceremony? Yeah. So, yep. So Luke gets snapped by that. Han listens to Luke and heads back, and is a little weirded out when he finds out that Luke is not there. Yeah, Luke didn't follow him back. He's just decided to hang out, build an igloo or something in Han's mind.
Yeah, so everybody starts getting a little concerned, and
I'd be concerned.
Han, as he is, just races out into the storm. I'll see you in hell.
That was the best line. Your tauntaun will die. I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, he doesn't care. Good for him. I'd do the same for my buddy too. So that's.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. And in the meantime, Luke, our buddy there, does come to in the Wampa's lair is what it's called, the Wampa, which you actually have on Black Series, don't you?
Damn, I should have brought that.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll show that on maybe the next one. We'll break out the quick Wampa just to show people that the Sloth does have it.
Yeah. Yeah. So Luke gets strung up by the Wampa in an ice cave, and
he gets his first taste of the Force powers, right?
Yeah. When the Wampa turns his back, he's slowly sort of gets the lightsaber to slowly creep out of this ice, whatever it is.
Cavern?
Ice
I
cavern.
like cavern. Cavern's a good word for that.
Yeah.
So creeps out of there. He's a huge mess after cutting up the Wampa, and Yeah, he's just kind of doing the whole dizzy boy
Yeah,
dance.
sort of stumbles out of the cave, like blacks out. And
Yeah, the dizzy boy dance.
but before he blacks out, he sees his master.
Yeah, sees Ben. And he's like, Luke, go to Walmart. But really, he actually has to go to Dagobah. So he says, Luke, yeah, go to Dagobah, which I thought was really cool in the movie. Good cinematography there. How Luke's looking at the ghost of Ben or whatever there. And through it, Han rides in on the Tauntaun. I thought that was really good cinematography. And then Han pulls a pretty gross Bear Grylls kind of styled move by stuffing Luke inside the Tauntaun to keep him warm while he builds this thing. And man, even Han says it, man. I thought they smelled bad on the outside. The inside, oh god, man, Luke must have been stinking. So they do that. They survive. Han gets them back and puts them in. Here's a big one here, folks. Here's a big one. Puts Luke into a Bacta chamber. This is the first time we really see a Bacta chamber in the old movies. But the Bacta chambers were actually like a pretty big deal to the point where even Darth Vader has his own personal Bacta chamber. So Bacta, it's a big deal. It's a huge thing, I guess. Wow. I'm trying to figure out. Do you remember Sloth? Sloth is always good at this, people. He's the best at remembering these things. What planet did they mine Bacta on in the Clone Wars things? Do you remember it all?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. If you can remember this. If anybody can chime in, if you're watching at home.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, let us know where they farm Bacta, because it's a huge deal in one of the Clone Wars episodes. I'm curious about it. We will get a look up and get back to you on that either way. So, yeah, the Bacta tank makes its first appearance. We get to see Leia all worried and stuff, and then they take Luke out. And,
sort of an awkward moment there.
Oh yeah, so we get the good dialogue between Luke and Han, just some friendly chatter, and then Luke's giving Leia a hard time, blah blah blah, and then bang, Leia plants a kiss on Luke, and we'll get back to this. This is a big kiss.
Yeah, everybody sort of seems startled by it. It's like, whoa, what the fuck just happened?
Right, exactly. What's going on? And it was just it seemed like it was more of a jealousy kiss. That's everybody always. That's the defenders of the kiss, I guess, would say. But yeah, the jealousy kiss leads to a strange moment there, and then you get the classic Han laughing a fuzzball line there too, which I enjoy. So yeah, a bit of good dialogue, and then yeah, we get to move on to our next point of where the Empire is creeping around.
Yeah, so the Empire at this point is pretty much on to the Rebels. Vader instantly has a feeling.
Yep, that's Skywalker's
looking at a clip of footage for 2 seconds that he knows that Skywalker's there.
Classic Vader, just knowing things and choking people through video.
But it shows how strong the connection of the Force is between them.
And it is true. And yeah, he senses it, they know, and they're already on him. They blow up the probe droid, I believe, him and Chewie.
Like blocking your face a little
Sorry about that, folks. Appreciate that. But yeah, no. So they blow up the probe droid, Han and Chewie there, and yeah, they know they're coming, so they begin their next escape. So Vader's coming in hot. The rebels are heading out hot, and
not really many places to go at that point.
No, but we get our first real sense of an ice battle in Star Wars, which is really cool. The Battle of Hoth, man, and what a cool one. You got AT-ATs, the giant walkers going around. I'm working on getting one of those right now for my collection. But yeah, so you got the ATs, you got the snow speeders coming in hot. They got the anchors that they shoot onto the legs and do the wraparounds. Luke, I love how Luke just came up with that real quick. He's like, we're gonna tie up the legs. I've done this before to a couple of horses and all. Where the hell I have my farm? So they're just big horses. So yeah, they just drag them to the ground. Luke's buddy Dak gets murdered in the cockpit.
Yeah, he sort of gets fried up a little bit by Dak.
That was sad. I feel like everybody that runs into Luke, unless they're a main character, is just gonna fucking die. I mean, we only had a couple.
You knew it as soon as he got into the cockpit. Yep. He's like, I'm ready to take on the whole Empire.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no, you're not. No, you are very much not.
And as soon as he said that, yep, I knew he was gone.
Foreshadowing.
He was gone.
Foreshadowing. So, yeah, Luke ends up actually crashing his snowspeeder, ends up on foot, and does a pretty cool move with the grapple there. Grapples up into the top of an AT-AT, throws a grenade
blows
to it.
Blows it up.
Blows up. Yeah, really cool move there. So
pretty much single-handedly takes down all the AT-ATs.
Right.
It's like nobody else did much.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, well, that's all going on. They're trying to get all the ships out. They're trying to get all the rebels out of the base. And Leia, being the tough shit that she is, decides to stick around as long as she can. Han has to finally get her out. Tries to get her onto a transport, way blocked. Bada bing, bada boom. Ends up on the Millennium Falcon. They escape out together.
Yeah.
And they end up in an asteroid field. Not exactly the best place for Han to put her, but actually ends up working pretty well. They hide in one of the big ones.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Empire was on them immediately, so
Yeah.
they had to take whatever first option, I guess, they could find.
Yep, and once again, the hyperdrive wasn't. Pretty much, The Empire Strikes Back is a huge story about how the hyperdrive doesn't work when it needs to, and
Not Han's finest moments.
No,
for sure.
no, definitely not. Definitely not the Falcon's finest moments either.
Takes a few stumbles.
But yeah, so anyways, they're sitting inside this big asteroid belt. Luke makes his way to Dagobah in the meantime. But yeah, on this big asteroid. This is not your normal asteroid, you could say. It's like a big, giant, floating apple, I guess. And it's got a big fucking... Well, you know, they're doing a little bit of exploring first. And they figure out after they're in there for a bit, after Han shoots something and misses.
Yeah, these asteroids are like the size of planets, pretty much.
And there's a big fucking space worm in it. So they have to fly out pretty much of the space worm. And you get like the cool visual, which they actually make a polystone diagram of. Which I'm really happy about because, yeah, it's like one of my favorite polystones. It's like this weird little worm coming out. You got a little ship like on the thing too. It's probably, I think it's still pretty cheap. I found one online for $3.20. I was thinking about copping before I grabbed something else. But yeah, the space worm, yeah, not too bad. But yeah, the space worm, man, it's out there, and it was huge. They escaped from that, and meanwhile, yeah, Lukey boy lands over on Dagobah.
Yeah, so I guess. Not a smooth landing, that's for sure. And
it looks like a normal plane, but they're coming in so hot that he lands right in the freaking swamp.
Coming in hot, R2's sort of
pissed.
doesn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. He tries to wander off as he always does, and just stumbles into the water.
Mm-hmm. It's taken by a giant monster of Dagobah. Yeah. Luke starts shooting around. He's all. They just don't like the landscape, and then all of a sudden, as they're hanging out by the campfire. There's a little green fella right here. Can we get switched to that camera, Sloth?
Sure.
Look at this fella here. Yeah, hold him up to the camera there. That's a great guy. We have the sideshow. No, excuse me. Hot Toys. Empire Strikes Back. Yoda here. Yoder. This Yoder, I got him probably around for like $260 at the time, but he's going up right now. I think you can find one on eBay now for about $330. And that's a really good one. And yeah, we also have the Hot Toys R2 as well next to it. That's the deluxe. That's cheaper. I found one of those the other day on eBay for $180. So, while it's hot, it's a cool figure. It comes with a bunch of stuff. It even comes with a table from A New Hope, because I believe it's the New Hope R2. They never made, I don't think, another one. But yeah, it's got all the details you need. Look at that. It's a beautiful R2. So, anyways. Yeah, so Luke runs into Yoder, and then we get Yoder's last battle against R2.
Yeah, another weird moment. You would think they would recognize each other, too.
Well, it's so strange. Like, I love the portrayal of Yoda, how he's like this crazy, like, bog hermit that is just like, what you got, huh? What's all you
Yeah, he's definitely lost it. Who knows how long it's been.
So good. He's whacking R2 with the fucking thing. R2's not having it. So,
he's like stealing their food.
Yeah, Yoda's final battle, man.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yoder takes Luke back to his little
hut.
His little hut. But here's the thing. So, fun fact for the folks at home right now: if you don't know and you've seen the movie, Yoder, keep calling him Yoder. Yoder's hut is actually his ship from when he escapes in Revenge of the Sith. Yes, the ship that he lands on Dagobah in is still his home to the day. So he brings him back there. He questions him. He questions Obi-Wan's force powers, I guess Force Ghosts, where he's like, no, he's too old. There's too much fear in him, and all this stuff. And Obi-Wan's all like, yeah, well, so was I, just fucking train the damn guy. So yeah, Yoder finally agrees, and the training begins. And yeah, he really puts him through the wickets there, especially on Dagobah, which apparently is an extremely force-sensitive planet, which means it really brings the best out of Luke's force powers. So if anybody's wondering at home how Luke becomes a force beast so quickly, A, he's training with the greatest trainer of all time, and B, on a force-sensitive planet that will bring his powers out quickly. I like that detail, because I was thinking about that for a while. I was like, how did he train so quickly and was able to match Vader, you know? Really cool, really cool. So.
Yeah, also a dangerous moment, though, because he was exposed to the dark side there.
Yes, it is true.
He had the vision of killing Vader, and then at the end, you could see Luke's own face in Vader's helmet.
And that's good, because I feel like every Jedi needs to face the dark side after a while to really, like, get them where they need to be, you know what I mean? I feel like that's actually helped Luke in a way, instead of hurting. But, yeah. So anyways, while all this training is going on, our buddies head over to Bespin there to go see Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, but before that happens, the Emperor.
Oh, yes.
The Emperor pages Darth himself and informs him of a disturbance in the Force.
That's right. Our first real mentioning of the disturbance there. And our first real seeing of the Emperor, too, when you think about it.
Exactly, yep. Yeah. You don't see him in A New Hope. This is just a brief, probably 5-second little clip there of him telling Darth that there is this, with the offspring of Anakin Skywalker out there who would happen to be Luke, clearly.
Which is so cool, too, because like, you think about it, like the people in the 80s had no clue. We know who Anakin Skywalker is. Like, we grew up with the prequels and all that.
Everybody else is like, who is this Anakin?
Is Anakin Skywalker? Yeah, dude, no, exactly. So cool. Like, such a cool part. I really love, like, again, cinematography about that, so... Yeah, anyways, they need to get their hyperdrive fixed and all that. So yeah, they had the Bespin. Sorry, I shot my gun there, but I shot first, if you will. But yeah, no. So they had the Bespin to try and get their shit fixed from Lando Calrissian, Han Solo's old smuggler buddy, and Card's player.
Now, it's been years since they've seen each other. Since they were kids, basically.
And then they land. They're shot at on the way in, which I thought was kind of funny because they're not trusted very heavily. Shot at on the way in, and then they land and they meet this fella right here, Lando Calrissian. If you watch I forget what, I think it's like an SNL skit. They call him the most feared space beverage in the galaxy or something like that. One of my favorite things. And so yeah, they meet this like suave-looking bastard. I like when they first meet. Hits him with the whole like angry at him thing, but actually friends. Yeah, like, oh, you piece of shit. I bring it in. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and he starts hitting on Leia pretty hard.
Oh
which
yeah,
is pissing off Han.
Which honestly, how did more people not hit on Leia? I'm not gonna lie. Like she was like the only lady around. You know what I mean? Like. Anyways, so yeah, they get in the best when they start getting their ship checked out and all that stuff, and went in there. They just kind of I feel like they kind of felt like something was up already. You know what I mean? Like walking into some sort of thing. Because yeah, as they're hanging there, all of a sudden, bam, Lando, springing the trap, realizing that he's actually working with the Empire, sets him up. Vader's there with a whole host of stormtroopers.
Yeah, Lando's there with Boba Fett, who.
Yeah.
Was dispatched by Vader. He actually dispatched a whole crew of bounty hunters, but Boba was the first on him.
Classic Boba.
Tracked them right to Bespin as soon as they left the asteroid field.
I also like that thing in Bespin, the whole like in Cloud City there, the whole like the double car, the orange double car. I wish I had one of those, man. Those are so cool. I always see them online. I thought about copping them, and they're cheap as hell. But yeah, no, the double car in Cloud City, really cool. So anyways. Yeah, continuing through with the Bespin deal, they kind of get screwed over there, but it's a rough deal for our boy Han, because Han gets taken in. Apparently, Chewie and Leia are meant to stay at Cloud City and Bespin as like kind of prisoners, I guess, if you will. Just kind of doesn't seem that bad. You know what I mean? Bespin seems like a nice place.
Yeah, it seems like a nice place to be, and at least they'll, I don't know, be prisoners.
Yeah. Anyways, Han gets fucking tortured to hell. So, and this is a move. This is a move by Vader that actually is a way to draw in Luke, because as he's training on Dagobah with Yoda, he realizes that his friends are in pain. All this stuff's going on. Leia even asks Han when he gets out of the chamber. She's like, "Why are they doing this to us?" And Han goes, "They didn't even ask me any questions." So yeah, it was a tactic, a move to try and bait Luke in, and it works.
And it works perfectly. Works to perfection.
Yep, flies out. Yoda even warns me, he's like, if you leave today, you'll just be making him more bad. And Luke just couldn't do it. Couldn't leave his friends out of there. So that was rough. It was a hard thing to see. We know that he wanted to finish the training, but you need to help. You need help your friends.
Most people would make that move, I feel.
Yeah. So, but
taking a risk.
Still sad nonetheless. Heads to Bespin. Yoda left alone. again.
Keep calling him Yoda.
It's so fun. It really is so fun. Anyways, so yeah, he heads to Bespin, gets there, does the whole Luke dance. Yeah, starts the battle, really.
Yeah, it's while Boba Fett's taking Han away in carbonite.
Yeah, which was brutal. Oh, yeah, let's not bring that up real quick. So, yeah, Han after being already tortured once, decides, I'll get tortured again.
He just can't stop.
He can't
help
Can't
himself.
stop it. So, yeah, Darth Vader orders Han to be dropped into carbonite. So, here's the story, and this is why I'm going to bring up this book real quick. If you read this book here, The Empire Strikes Back... Empire Strikes Back from a certain point of view. What this is it's a book of 40 stories from other side characters, like people in the background you would see in the shots have their own stories now. And during the freezing in Han of carbonite by Darth Vader and Boba Fett, you get this really cool story in the book by one of the Ugnaughts, one of the little ugly guys. You see him if anybody's seen Mandalorian, it's Queel. But yeah. Anyways,
The little quills running around.
Yeah, a bunch of little queels running around. But yeah, one of them has a side story about how he's one of the dudes who freezes Han in carbon. It's like really, really cool to just see it from another point of view. Genius stuff right there. Genius stuff. So yeah, as Han's going down into the carbonite, Leia and him embrace, a little bit of a kiss. She hits him with the "I love you," and Han, being a suave swashbuckler, hits her with the whole "Bam, I know." And yeah, heartthrob moment there. He goes down, gets hit with the carbonite, which apparently is extremely painful. And he's pretty much just a big block. So as Boba Fett's wheeling his block out to his ship to be brought over to Tatooine for Jabba the Hutt, who we already know if you watched our Phantom Menace one, guy who spits the thing. Steve took the shot, missed on the shot, if you remember that. So go back to our Phantom Menace one if you want to see that. Anyways, so yeah. So he'll be being taken there. Luke finds Vader in the freezing chamber area. So, and all goes according to plan to Vader, because Vader's plan is to try and drop Luke into the chamber as well to be frozen to be brought to the Emperor. Instead, Luke puts up a pretty damn good fight. Vader's still able after the fight to get him into the chamber, but Luke shoots out like a fucking missile. And they have a little bit of a toe-to-toe in the bottom parts of the Bespin area after Vader's hit off and hits us with the "Ooh!" So they got throw these up there too. These are the Hasbro 3.75s. Really cool figures there. Cheap too. You can find them. I think we find these for like $5 each. It's comically speaking, but if you want them in packaging, it's a bit more. Anyway, so yeah, we get our cool fight in the bottom of Bespin. They're throwing down. In the meantime, Chewie, Leia.
Yeah, Darth's throwing trash cans around.
The trash cans. Oh, we'll get to that in a second. Before Han, Chewie, they're chasing after Boba while he's trying to flee with Han. He's able to do that. Lando's all like, "All right, come on, we got to get the hell out of here on the Falcon." So, and in the meantime, yeah, during the fight in the bottom parts of Bespin, we get a little bit of like a cool like window a la esque to like another fight we'll hear about later on the Death Star. Anyways, so yeah, he's throwing trash at Luke, and Luke's just taking these things like beach balls to the face. He's getting hurt and all this stuff, but it's pretty hilarious cinematography if you get the chance to watch it. And so, anyways, yeah, that happens. They end up on like a weird like radio plank thing, kind of, I would call it. Not even that. It's like a weird like antenna like tower thing, I guess you would call it. And they're out on that. And that is when Vader crazily like drops the line that would change cinema forever with Luke. "I am your father," you know what I mean? Like, this is like, I'm the father. I'm your dad. It's not some like crazy Jedi that died in the Clone Wars. No, I'm your dad. Like, so yeah, I turned evil. I'm a beast. I'm a Force beast, and you and me can take down the Emperor and be Force beasts together. And Luke's all, no. But anyways, yeah. So he's all like, no. After he gets and then Vader lops his fucking hand off. So now he's got no hand. He's all sat on this plank. And he does what anybody sat on a plank without a hand would do, and just drops. So here's the craziest part, and I noticed it today for like I've seen the movie 100 times, but I really noticed the curve as Luke is falling, he really falls at like a sort of like degree where he's sort of sloping down into a chute and ends up on a weird little like Bespin
Yeah, it's like
antenna, like satellite. It's like they had satellite dishes for DirecTV or something outside, and Luke ends up on one of those. And he's just hanging there. He tries to get a hold of Ben. Ben, not available. So he does the second best thing and calls Leia. Leia, who apparently, this is when we first get our first tip off that Leia can use the Force. Here's Luke. You know what I mean? Here's him. Tells Lando to shimmy on back. And they go back, pick up Lukey the boy, head back onto a medical droid, get his hand all fixed up, and we get our little bit of a nice like scenic view, you know, our little ending there.
Yeah, it sort of ends kind of quickly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you could tell that they were setting up for the big one coming up with Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
But I mean, really cool stories there. If you want, you can even get the comic version of it here. Marvel does this really good job with that. And also, the lead up to the story was done in Heir of the Jedi. All the parts in between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. So many books to read. I mean, look at this. We even have a cool freaking Star Destroyer here today with us. This is our friend Chelsea's, one of the older things. You'll be seeing this again in Return of the Jedi. One of Vader's transportation methods of choice. So, if you're still tuning with us today, we appreciate you for being there. I hope the Force is with you all, and if you really care to help us get some more cool stuff with there, we got Big Vader back there, Grogu, all sorts of cool stuff. We can fill this place with all sorts of awesome stuff. You can check out our Patreon at www.playtheplants.live. On Thursday, we'll hopefully be having our buddy Dan out for another Thursday night jam. On Sunday, our friend Harpo will be performing in a virtual show, our first virtual show for Play the Plants. So don't miss that. There's going to be so much more fun to be had. Hopefully see you in the chats coming up. We have so many cool bands coming by. I mean, I'm going to be bucking it crazy. The Sloth the Buckethead here. I mean, you got anything to say to the audience before we sign out here?
I'm just looking forward to all the events coming up. Should be a good spring leading into the summer, hopefully.
And yes, if you're a fan of cannabis, like we hope you are, because I know I am. If you're a fan of cannabis, we're all fans of it. Make sure you check out the Harvest Cup in November and the Freedom Rally this September. There's so many weed events coming up. Guys, we're gonna be at all of them. You're gonna see Play the Plants all over the place. So thank you again for tuning in. I am Zach the Plants Guy. This is Sloth the Buckethead, and may the Force continue to be with you. Good night.